Hey guys, welcome to a new video. So today we're gonna do like a Q&A type style. I feel like I haven't done just like a straight up Q&A in a very long time. And I know there's probably a lot of questions, a lot of things you guys wanna know, want me to talk about, clarify, explain, whatever it may be. So it's perfect time to do that. I know I have not really been posting, and honestly, it's because so much is like going on up here that it's hard for me to sit and focus. Plus I've been busy out doing things, and it's just like I went through a very big moment by, moving to a completely different state, living by myself for the first time in my life in this way, around family that I haven't been around since I was 18 years old. I'm 32 now. I was ending a relationship with a person that I thought I was gonna be with forever, that I literally thought I was going to marry. There was a lot of different things happening and which are still happening, and it's just like I was filming every single day and uploading every other day, and I think I just got burnt out because it really was just like so much at once, and I was feeling extremely overwhelmed, and I've kind of just like disappeared. So I do want to say I'm sorry for that. Okay, so I actually posted 3 days ago anything you want me to talk about in an upcoming video. I posted that on my community tab, so I'm just gonna go in order. Obviously, I'm gonna skip over things I either A, don't wanna talk about, things I feel like that are like too disrespectful for me, or like repeat questions, but I'm just gonna start from the top and work my way down. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first question is, why are you suddenly no longer complaining about any of your multiple health issues that were always causing you to be set back, or your mental health problems that you felt the need to feel to use as a crutch every day suddenly healed from everything? So before I answer that, I just wanna say that's really sad that like when people are vocal about their like mental health or physical stuff, that people say, oh, you're using that as a crutch, when it's like when things are too late or things have gone too far or you are too far gone, people are like, oh, you should have spoke up, you should have said something. And it's like, I am very much that person that I do speak up, I do say something, but I've noticed I have taken a lot of steps back in that regard because I am feeling constantly judged. I am feeling like people think that I do use it as a crutch or an excuse. So I think that's the reason why that I'm not talking about those things anymore, because like even in this person's question, they said like, why are you no longer complaining about these things? I never feel like I'm coming from a complaining spot. I've always just tried to take pride in like being vocal about my mental health or like things that I'm going through. But overall, the reason why I'm not talking about these things anymore is because I have taken a step back of talking about really personal things. And it's because of the response that I receive when I do that, because the response that I receive doesn't help me. It actually makes me feel worse. Have you noticed an improvement in your health overall? So yeah, I do notice improvement in my health, and I'm gonna come from like my stamina area type situation, because it's like I was actually talking to my mom the other night, and I was like explaining to her like how bad I was in 2019, because she didn't even know the extent of how bad I was, because it was just embarrassing. The only people who knew were the people that I lived with. It's like I was outside, I was actually taking a walk with my mom and with Twinkie, and I was just like, I wouldn't have been able to do this in 2019, like not even remotely close. I am able to go and do things. Science museum is a really good example of that. Whereas in 2019, I couldn't do those things. And even my mom was like, what do you think changed? Like, how do you think that you did that? Like, even though you're still the same size as you were. It's because it takes work. It takes hard work to build your stamina. Like, it was very, very hard, because I still remember in 2019, when I tried to take a shower, like my legs would shake. I would be so out of breath. Like for even 30 seconds of me standing, I was like, it just felt like I was completely incapable as a person. It was terrifying. And I remember feeling like I'm never gonna change. I remember feeling like this is how my life is always going to be. And I had a really good friend at the time who experienced a lot of like the same things I was experiencing when it came to like my stamina, and like I literally couldn't even stand for 30 seconds. And I remember very well just like constantly talking to her about it and just saying like, is this how it's always going to be? Because that's what it felt like. I was trapped in a prison. And then slowly but surely over time, I said, no, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna stand for no reason. Like there were times where I would purposely stand for no reason just to build those muscles that I had lost. And a really big thing for me that changed was I stopped sitting while cooking. I stopped sitting while doing things where normally I would sit. Like sometimes I even journal standing up. Like you don't need to be sitting all the time. And the biggest one for me is every time I go to a store, I would tell myself, do not get on the scooter. I think a really big part of that, what made it like easier, was being with Feline, because I felt ashamed and embarrassed. I did not want her to see me like that. So not one time while being in a relationship with her did I ever use a scooter. But it's just all those tiny little things. It's just like doing more, cleaning the house when there's no reason for it. It builds your stamina when you literally had none. I'm not talking about like the average person. I don't think that cleaning is gonna help your stamina. I mean, go for it. But when you were pretty much bedbound, getting up and doing things that you normally wouldn't and doing them every single day, it makes it to where your stamina just improves. So then every single day you're able to do more and more. So now that it's been, 4 years since then, that person in 2019, she doesn't exist. Like the mentality I had, who I was on YouTube, she doesn't exist anymore. Just the incapability of just living as a human, because here I am living on my own where I need zero help. Next question is, are you in pain going out so much? No, I'm not in pain, but like obviously I do have lipedema and lymphedema. So by moving more, I do swell more. So that is the part that does suck a lot. That's one thing that my body can't get used to. Has Feline ghosted you? Okay, so the answer is no, but I really hurt her after we broke up by falling in love with someone else. I hurt her a lot, and I take accountability. I obviously just could not control falling in love with someone else. I very much fell in love. I did. And it just was really hard for her, and it became hard for me, and it became a very big mess. And it just really went to show like how much she did love me, and I felt horrible, and I tried to fix it, but I kept failing at fixing it, and it made it to where she doesn't even want to continue being my friend. So I went through like a whole separate heartbreak in private. Like I just feel like I'm reliving the heartbreak just a million times over. We were cordial for a bit after she left. We would text. Then like almost daily I would text her like, I love you, I miss you, because I just felt like I needed her to know. And I needed her to know that I was sorry that I hurt her. I talked it over with a friend, and they said, I think it's time that you just like respect her and stop contacting her. And it's been really hard. This is gonna sound dumb to some people, but I am on day 5 of not contacting her. And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, that's so unhealthy. Trust me, I get it. I have mental illness. And Feline was my very best friend for like over 2 years. You know, I thought I was gonna marry her, and it's just been really, really hard. So we are not in contact, and I'm going to be respecting her wishes, even if it's really freaking hard. Like it's been so hard. Like I have wanted to call her, I've wanted to text her, and just these last 5 days, and it's like I can't. And it's just been a whole other level of torture because I miss her so much. And I just think out of respect for her and for myself and for our relationship, I don't want to talk about her. And I know a lot of people think that like I'm gonna come on here and say bad things about her. Not gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. Next question is, how are the fur babies adapting to the move/new place? They actually adapted really fast, which surprised me, especially because Wasabi adapts slower than Twinkie and Rarity, but they're amazing. They seem very happy, they seem calm, and that just makes me really happy. Do you think it's wise to be drinking all the time with all the medications you are on? I actually am not on any medications at all. I can't tell you the last time I took a medication. It's been months since I've been off of like anxiety medicine or for my bipolar, but I actually am taking a break on the whole drinking thing because I felt like I was turning to it. I did go through a phase a couple years ago where I was turning to alcohol, and the last time I drank was on live stream. I was drinking whiskey. It's because I was turning to alcohol because I just felt like I needed something so I didn't have to feel what I was currently feeling. And that's when I told myself, okay, I need to stop drinking because I'm not going to use alcohol as a crutch. I'm not that person, or at least I thought I wasn't that person. But when I told myself I was going to stop drinking, I was able to do that. I didn't drink for about 1.5 years. And now I'm finding myself going back to that. Like at first I was like, you know what? Single era, I live by myself, have a couple drinks. There's nothing wrong with that. But then I realized, okay, I like the way this makes me feel. I like that it's taking away certain emotions, heightening other emotions, and it's making me feel good. Then I started doing it more frequently, and I kind of want to just take like a little break until I heal a little bit more. Have you finished unpacking? Yes, I unpacked within like 4 days of moving because I was just ready for all the boxes to be gone. I was ready for everything to be homey feeling. So it's been a hot minute since I've been done unpacking. Let's talk about if you'd ever get back with one of your past girlfriends. Oh my gosh. If circumstances were different, I would definitely get back with Feline. Yes, I would. Have you found a new therapist? I actually have not. So this is actually a good question to kind of lead into something else. A little bit of a backstory is, as you guys remember, I had to do 12 sessions of therapy to get weight loss surgery because I was trying to do that. And then I did the 12 sessions and then I continued seeing the same therapist, actually psychologist. I liked him a lot, so I stayed. And then remember when I told you guys, okay, well, I have to go to a new psychologist who actually specializes in something different, and I didn't feel comfortable saying what it was. I actually only got to see that psychologist one time because I ended up moving to a completely different state and I wasn't able to keep the same psychologist, obviously. But I guess now is the time to say, I really did not want to share this. I don't know why, but I think it's something that, like, out of the diagnoses I've got my whole life ever since I was 9, which I was 9 and diagnosed with depression for the first time because, like, I was in foster care, and just no 9-year-old should ever be diagnosed with that. But since then, you know, I've been diagnosed with OCD, I've been diagnosed with PTSD, bipolar, and those things were like so much easier for me to accept, and I don't really know why. I was actually diagnosed on my 19th session with my psychologist with borderline personality disorder. And for some reason, I had a hard time accepting that, and still have a hard time accepting that, because it's obvious that I have borderline personality disorder, and it's something that, like, I always purposely pushed away. Like, people would contact me and be like, you know, you seem like you have BPD, and I just automatically would shut them down and be like, nope. I don't know what it is. I think it's because with everything else, you know, like anxiety, okay? Take some medicine, try some Zoloft, see if that helps. Bipolar, take some mood stabilizer, see if that helps, you know. But with borderline personality disorder, there isn't really a medicine for that. You have to work. And it's just like, this diagnosis explains literally probably 95% of the reason why I am the way that I am. And I don't know if I want to, like, talk about it anymore, because again, it's hard for me to accept. I don't know why. It's that one thing where I kept telling myself, this can't be real, this can't be true, and it is. And now it's just something else that I have to put in work, and it's just, maybe I feel like it's a bit unfair, and then I have to remind myself life isn't fair, you know? People are dealt their cards, and it's kind of like how you play them. That's like the motto that I need to live by currently. It's like, okay, my cards were dealt, now let's play them, you know, in a way that's just gonna make your life more positive. Next question is, give us the tea on the guy who ghosted you. There's like a rumor that a guy ghosted me. I'm just gonna say right now that that rumor is not real. I don't know where that came from. Any changes you've noticed from your hysterectomy? Yes, my hair. My hair is the #1 biggest change besides not having a period. Thank God. My hair, you can't tell now because it is straight, but my hair texture has completely changed. It's like curly, and like, it's just like, it looks dry and just not good. It's a texture that I do not like. So that's why I choose to straighten it, so you guys can't tell. But on top of that, my hair has thinned a lot. My hysterectomy was a full hysterectomy, so I went through menopause at a very young age, obviously. So I'm just like showing symptoms of that, and I know that's like a really big one. And then another one is like I noticed I get hot and cold a lot quicker than I ever did. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it definitely happened after my hysterectomy. Okay, I've had a lot of people ask if I will be doing Vlogmas this year, and honestly, I don't know, because my last Vlogmas was my favorite Vlogmas of all time because I remember how I felt during it. Not a lot of people have to enjoy it. It's fine. I mean, if you enjoyed it, thank you so much. But it's like, for me, a lot of my memories come from like, how did that make me feel? I remember how people make me feel, how situations make me feel above anything else. And I remember Vlogmas making me happy. I felt happy. I felt at home. I felt content. I was sad for it to end. And it's because of the things I was doing in Vlogmas. I know I just said I wasn't going to talk about Feline much, but she is a very large portion of the reason why I enjoyed Vlogmas so much. I feel like we had a very good time. And so now when I think of Vlogmas, I think of her. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to manage. So for right now, I do not know. I love Vlogmas, but do I love it enough to every day be super sad over it? I don't know. Next question is, you should explain your TikToks. Oh my God, my TikToks. A lot of people think that they have like hidden meaning. They don't. I just really enjoy dancing, lip syncing. Some people call them thirst traps. Definitely not. I'm just kind of, for the lack of a better term, I'm just feeling myself. I don't know. I just enjoy being that. And by that, I don't really know what that means. I just enjoy that. So if you go to my TikTok and you see, you'll know what I mean. I just enjoy that Amberlynn. That Amberlynn to me is fun. What's it been like getting to reconnect with your mom? It has been so amazing. We have so much time lost that I think that we're trying to make up for. And I have noticed some people saying like, why do you only hang out with your mom? Like, well, I mean, I've only been here for a month. My whole life, I didn't have her. And we're both in a situation where we have each other and we're both wanting to build that relationship, whether it's mother-daughter or just a friendship. Because at this point right now, it's like, she doesn't 100% know how to be a mom, even though she's doing an amazing job. And I don't even know if I know how to be a daughter, as freaking crazy as that sounds. So we're just trying to reconnect, and we're having fun with each other. And we have not just fun with each other, but we have those tough conversations. She has done a lot of apologizing, and we've talked so much about the past, and it's just been really good bonding experience for sure. What is the best part of living in Oklahoma besides being closer to family, and what's been the worst part of living in Oklahoma? So the best part is the fact that I actually love it here. I don't know why, but when I lived here when I was 18, it was just for like 6 months or something. I hated it. I don't know if it was like where I was living. I didn't really go anywhere. Now I go a lot of different places, but I just love it. Like, people here are so nice, and I don't know what it is. Like, the energy feels good to me. Worst part has been obviously my random waves of loneliness, for sure. Like, no matter how much family's around you or whatever it may be, sometimes moving to a new place with new surroundings where you have to create a new routine, especially without someone that you love, it does create a sense of loneliness, and that has been really hard. And I know that obviously another worst thing is going to be tornadoes in the damn summer, ice and snow in the winter. Not looking forward to that. Next question is, what areas of your life are in need of the most improvement? Definitely my weight, like 100%. Do you only leave the apartment on the weekends? No, I leave on the weekends, during the week, just whenever I have plans. Are you going to start uploading on a schedule again soon? I don't know. I feel like starting a schedule is only gonna make me fail, and I have done too much failing in several areas of my life. So maybe it's best I don't have a schedule right now. How old were you when you graduated high school? I was 18. Okay, so we're going to end there. I feel like this video is super long. I hope that you guys did enjoy it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.